read about are the company, what a company does, what is the company's value, what is the FEIN or employee tax ID. And we also discussed the cost centers, and we created our first HR cost center as well. And we assigned it to the HR supervisory organization within our shower memory. Let me open up our tenant, CF Executives. So this is the executive management. We don't have a cost center here. If you go to and here we don't see the cost center as well, but if you go to HR, who's manages Swapna, we have our cost center assigned. So if you have access to the same tenant that I do, now almost all of you have access. So if you can confirm, create cost centers and assign them at the appropriate level. For example, for HR, I did assign a cost center, and it will, so you have hired Deepika Kumran, sorry. Then you have hired Vinay. And you have hired Vishnu. So employee ID this, Vice President Sales, Supervisory Organization Executive S, Smalltown, Regular, CF Hawaii. Hire date was 4/19. If given the number. All right. Personal information should be none. Contact should have phone number and an email address. Phone number. Okay, so you didn't put the email address in the pre-hire? So INR 221,000 executive compensation. Then you have the salary, allowance number 1, allowance number 2. These are not default values. These are custom values based on the company that you're working with and the reasons that you use in your company. So these are examples. So when you're setting up your company, or when you need to even change these values or add new values for the reasons, you are able to do that. So it is customizable. It is not necessary that what's written there, you have to use all the values in this tenant. So when you are working on your own tenant, there would be a process, a reason, a matrix, a guideline as to how you hire an employee and when to use what reason. So it's the HR policy, and the system will follow through. It is not. You are welcome to create your own locations and move the vice presidents or change their location to different locations as well.
Okay.
So it's your tenant. Play with it.
Okay.
There are no wrong ways of doing things, or there are no mistakes. Please play with it. Make changes. See what you would like to do, and go for it. Compensation. Very nice, very nice. So this person, Vinay, has only one compensation component. Good, 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 good. And Vishnu has one compensation component. Summary. Already present data in this tenant. It is not a absolutely blank tenant. A lot of people are using it, so a lot of configuration and changes that we make may change over time because you and I are sharing the same tenant. So the changes that I make will impact you as well. In the position management staffing model, which we're going to cover in the future, as to what is the difference between job management and position management. So position management basically works by the way of positions under a supervisory organization, and that position is occupied by a worker.
Okay.
So worker can move between positions, like they can be transferred to a different position, or they can move along with the positions to a different supervisory organization as well. So workers and positions are two different things.
Okay.
And every position is unique. Like even we created 4 positions for vice presidents yesterday, and you hired for 3 different people, and I hired the 4th one. They all have 4 different job profiles. One is sales, one is marketing, one is HR, one is legal, and so on. So even the positions look like the same, but they had the option of selecting different job profiles. So each position becomes unique. And critical positions will always remain there, such as your CHRO or such as your VP sales or VP marketing or VP legal. The people can come and go, but this is a very critical position. Your company cannot function without a CEO. So the CEO position will remain the same. People can come and go in it. People can get moved. People can get transferred. People may leave the company, may transfer into a different supervisory organization or transfer into a different role. But the positions should remain intact, especially the critical ones. From mid to junior level position, there's a lot of reorganization activities that goes on in a company. Like, okay, I'm going to move the sales region 2 team under sales region 10 team and make this one team. That's a very common practice, right? So that is why you have the reorganization, and the positions and the managers and the workers keep on moving, because organizations are a live entity. They're constantly evolving, changing, and growing or shrinking. Right. So this is awesome. I really like it. So I would like others to create positions under legal, operations, sales, and marketing. And if you'd like to take a screenshot of this, or if you have your own way of doing it, please go ahead. But we created this document as a structure or as a guideline for how we are going to create our company infrastructure. So with this, we have created or marked these people as yellow. So these are created, correct? Now, what I need is in sales, I need director of sales and manager sales region 1. I need these guys, this guy, and I need these people. So maybe you all can divide between yourself and discuss as to who wants to do what and give it a shot. Manager training and training executive could be done by we are going, as we have started seeing the hierarchy, and for just want to give you an idea as to what we have created so far.
Yeah.
So if I look at the org chart, we have created our CEO as a top level person or the position, and he is populated, or he is part of the supervisory organization called CF executives.
Mm-hmm.
Under the CF executive, we have executive management. And under executive management, we have our hierarchy. So this is executives level on the for the CEO. That's the supervisory organization name. The second level of supervisory organization is executive management, which is hosting, or which has the positions for legal, operations, sales and marketing, and HR VPs. And under the HR organization, we have these positions created. Now, what
So
we are
it is
discussing is correct. So we are creating that fee structure or the hierarchy within Workday.
okay.
So just to give you an idea, so this is our executives where Brian Adam is the CEO. I think we need to change his some settings for him so he becomes on the top. Then under executive management, and then under executive management, we have HR, legal, operations, and sales and marketing. And as we just saw that our colleague created the 3 positions under human resources. Here we see the HR operations. No, not here. Okay, guys, you're saying that one challenge that I see here is all the managers are not showing up correctly. Like I'm seeing Logan in every organization, even in HR, I see Logan and Swapna as a manager, which should not be the case. So we need to remove Logan's manager role from this organization so that Swapna could be the only manager. In supervisory organization, we have to be mindful that there cannot be more than one manager, because then who's going to take the decision for their team? So we will need to fix that as well within our tenant. All right. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's go to the supervisory organizations. You can
Suppose
go
we
to the,
have to.
yeah, sure. Excuse me. So here we have given it to Swapna, but we see that Logan still have that role as well. So managers, this account executive, owners, Logan. So I'm trying to figure out which are the manager roles that are assigned to Logan, which is conflicting with Swapna's manager role. So there's one I see here that is by default in every organization. We'll go ahead and add this to Swapna as well. The cost center manager should not be here. This is a management role. Awesome. So we don't see Logan's role anymore on the organization. Here you can see that I am proxied, and if you can see on the top left, I've highlighted on behalf of Logan McNeil. So if you look at the trainings, you will figure it out. Logan McNeil is the CHRO of this organization and the IT or Workday administrator for this tenant. He has access to everything.
Okay.
He is a super user on this tenant. So when we do some changes proxied in as Logan McNeil, we are not going through any authorizations or approvals.
Okay.
Once we discuss the business processes later in the course, then we'll see how the approval process and the business flow and the workflow works and how the approval processes and the review processes work. That is going to come in the future. Okay, so what I will do is after we are done with the session, I'll do a little bit of cleanup where we are seeing 2 managers for every organization, which should not be the case. And I'll get this cleaned up and I'll tell you what was causing the issue. But let me not waste all of your time on this while I try to figure this out. So moving on, like we have seen that now every person has a manager. For example, now if we go to our CHRO, and if I now click on her team, I will see that there are a couple of positions available under the CHRO. But if I look at the executive management, or say the CEO, we should be able to see his people reporting to him. So if I click on Brian Adams' team, now under Brian Adams, now currently Logan is the manager of this executive management as well. For some reason or the other, we need to reassign this role to Brian Adams. So Brian will switch to Logan's place, and now Brian has a team under him. So this is his hierarchy. Now, in this case, people are reporting, like Swapna is reporting to Brian, in our case. Vinay is reporting to Brian. Deepika is reporting to Brian. Vishnu is also reporting to Brian. Now, there might be some cases where people may have more than one manager, like they are reporting 70% to their primary manager, but 30% to another manager working on a project, working on a team, and so on. And based on that, there's a concept in Workday called matrix organization. So matrix organizations allows you to create and manage dotted line relationships between workers and managers. You can assign Workers now assign workers who are working in more than one group to a matrix organization in addition to their supervisory organization. So the matrix organization is a virtual organization. It does not have compensation or time off or any other element uh, attached to it separately. All those components are managed under the primary supervisory organization, but you can have a matrix manager in Workday where you have a virtual relationship or a dotted line relationship with more than one manager. For example, a marketing worker and an engineer reporting to the marketing manager and development manager respectively can be assigned matrix managers. And how do you assign the matrix managers? These are some of the reports for matrix assignment that are already there, and which are the matrix organizations. So let's look at the matrix organizations. These are some of the matrix organizations that already exist in the tenant. So the matrix organization would have its members, but with the role, you can see the max duo would be the manager for this matrix organization. So Max Duo has his own team, but in the matrix organization, he has two more workers reporting to him. And let's look at these workers and let's look at Max. Let's look at his team. So Max has AAJMM sales team. It has 3 managers, then he has Ahan, then he has Farah Ken. But in the matrix organization, he has Joe P and Ayan Mehra. So in his primary supervisory organization, these two people are not reporting to him, but in the matrix organization, these people can be assigned to this manager under the matrix organization. Does this make sense? All right. So if I look at another report called matrix assignment, say, let's look at Jules organization. Let's look at all these 4 organizations. I want to include managers, subordinate, and as of today. So these are some of the matrix organization. It is showing the workers, the position, the supervisory organization, and if they are assigned in matrix organization, it is showing up there as well. So these are some of the reports that can help you identify or look at what's going on in your organization. So matrix assignments is view all matrix assignments for workers based on selected organizations. And the matrix organization report, it will help you view the details of matrix organization, including visibility, members, and supporting organization roles. And how do you manage your matrix organization? So you have these tasks like assign matrix member, assign matrix organization, or assign matrix organizations. So if it's more than one worker, then this can be used in your hire business process or change job business process as well, because this is a business process task, the third one. Let me highlight this. So we can add this as in our business process as a step, that if you're doing a change job or if you're doing a promotion or a new hire, whichever kind of business process we want to use it in. For example, it can be used in job change and hire employee business processes as a sub-process. So task to create a new organization is called create matrix organization. If I want to remove a member from the matrix organization, that's a task to remove from matrix organization. Or within an organization, if I need to remove a member, I can use this task to remove a matrix member. So matrix managers can be involved in approval of business processes such as job changes, merit increases, performance reviews for the workers in their matrix organizations. So even if they want to take a time off and they have a matrix manager as well. So depending on who that worker is working with based on the percentage, the rules for approvers or managers can be assigned to the matrix organization as well, where they can participate in the decision-making process. The business process definition must be configured to include matrix managers in order for them to participate. This input supplements and informs the staffing decision made by the worker's primary supervisory manager. So it does not replaces it, it supplements it. And you can configure the role so that the manager can or can't view workers' compensation information. So for example, here we have mergers and acquisition on the top as our supervisory organization. Jake Lynch is the manager for it, but he is also a matrix manager. And Jake Lynch has 3 people reporting to him as a matrix manager, where we can see that Logan McNeil is a CHRO. She's reporting directly to Steve Morgan, who is the CEO of the company. But in this case, the CHRO, the CFO, and Taylor Jack are reporting to the matrix manager, Jake Lynch, for this particular project. So it doesn't, a matrix organization does not look at hierarchy, it looks at the roles that are being assigned and who is responsible for it. In addition to matrix organizations, we have seen that we are using organizations such as company, such as supervisory organization, such as cost center, and many of the delivered organization types are sufficient for a company to use. But there would be some cases where you need to create your own customized organization type. So organizations enable you to group together resources, workers, cost, and other organization for the business process routing, security, analytical, and reporting purposes. Generally, organizations have members and roles that support a specific function. Workday does deliver a number of different organization types for different functional purposes that are dependent or independent from one another. It is recommended that you use the delivered Workday organization types, but if you need organization types that Workday does not deliver, you can create your own custom Workday organizations. And what do you use organizations for? Like the supervisory organization, the location, the company, the location hierarchy, the cost centers, and so on. To aggregate data for reports, use roles for customer organization for business process routing, security, which is if you're using the organization member-based security, and compensation based on organization membership of an organization you may give special allowances to. For example, you have your sales team, and which are one of the group of your sales team is doing outdoor sales or outdoor support. And in order to identify or group them, you can create a custom organization called outdoors in sales. And everybody who are marked as a member of outdoor would be eligible for a fuel allowance or a mobile allowance or a car allowance. And you can set up those allowances based on the management level. So in order to group those people, if you want to group them and give them something special or something out of the ordinary, and you need to aggregate a group of people, then a customer organization would really, really come in handy. Like, for example, you have your call center doing sales, but your products are varied. Like you have hardware sales, you have software sales, and then you have support contracts. So you're doing three types of sales through your cost centers, and you have, say, 500 agents doing that. Now, how do you group them? So you can create a customer organization called call center HW, call center SW for hardware, software, and support SC, like support contracts. So you divide your calling agents into three groups and assign them the customer organization. So when you need to make changes to that particular group of people, like move workers from one organization to the other, or reassign them roles, or give them an allowance, or give them an extra hour, or change their allowances, change their salary in a group. So you can use these customer organization to identify, aggregate, and uh, uh, based on their membership, you can give them special allowances or anything that you may want to do. So some of the organizations have a corresponding hierarchy for grouping organizations to represent a structure. Like, for example, in our organization types, we saw that we have supervisory, we have cost center, we have company, we have divisions, we have teams, but we don't have, say, a call center. And maybe your business or my business is primarily based on outbound calling, and all my population, 95% of the population, is based on call center agents. And I want to have multiple layers of hierarchy on my call center. Like, I want to have the call center operations or call center at the top. Then I want to have like inbound call centers and outbound call centers team. Then in inbound, I have by product, and by product, I am grouping people. Similarly, on the other side of the call center, I have my outbound team where they're calling on support, sales, and service. So these hierarchies can also be created in custom organizations. And similarly, like we did in superior organization, assign superior, create subordinate. Similar activities can be done with the reorganization tab for custom organizations as well. And how do you create a custom organization? First, you have to run the task of maintain organization subtypes in the tenant. Maintain org subtypes. And here you can see that we have 153 customized organizations created within this tenant. So it's the organization subtype name and the organization type it supports. And then you have the configuration, like do you want to include in display name or not? And the usage count, how many are being used in by somebody, or members have been assigned. So 562 means that 562 members have been assigned to the area cost center hierarchy. So you create your own custom organizations, and then the first is subtype. So subtype will show up, and when you create an organization like a supervisory organization or cost center organization, and you pull down subtype, you will see the option when you create these subtypes for your tenant. Then the next task would be maintain organization types. So maintain org. So first we ran the task for maintain organization subtypes, where we create our own subtypes of the organization. Then we create the organization types. And here you will see all these delivered organizations by Workday, such as costing would have costing related organizations are company, cost center, location, region, program, fund, gift, business unit, grant, and projects. And if you look at hierarchy, these are the hierarchical organizations created or provided as delivered organizations by Workday, like company hierarchy, cost center hierarchy, region, location, fund, gift, program, business unit, grant hierarchies, and project hierarchies. In the HR, so you have the matrix organization, the supervisory organization, the retiree organization, and a work team organization type. So these are all delivered Workday organization types. And if I go to pay, we have pay groups and payroll company as organization types provided by Workday, and the payroll company rolls up into or its hierarchical inside pay group, rolls up to organization type. And if I go to the custom organization, here you can create all your organization types. And there are 83 custom organizations created in this tenant. And each organization is it a financial, can be used in financial tracking or uses HR work tag available for payroll costing allocation. So you can customize your entire custom organizations as per your requirement. So used by organization subtypes, or are any organization subtypes are using it? Does it allows hierarchy, allows reorganization tasks like move worker, assign worker, shows in change organization assignment and job requisition. So when you do a change job or a change org assignment for a worker or a supervisory organization, does it show up there? And you have a lot of control over how you set up your organizations. And how do you actually create your customer organization once you have created your subtypes and your organization types? Then the task to create the organization would be create custom say first I need to select an organization type that we would have created. So I'm going to select CF, say training center hierarchy. And I'm going to use the same reorganization event that we have been using from before. So everything is tracked under one event. CF April 2022 reorg. And here I can say like CF call center. If I need to assign a code, I can do that. Visibility subtype is going to be training center subtype, or let's call it training center. Training. Visibility, I wanted to show it for everyone. And if I need to assign a manager to it, say, well, what roles do we have? Oh, we don't have any roles available for this right now. So we'll remove that and press OK. My custom organization is created. Now, if I need to create a subordinate organization on this as well, like create a hierarchy. So I can similarly, like for my supervisory organization, I can also create subordinates or assign superior to this organization as well. And say, I want to create a subordinate under this. So I can say, go to reorganization and say, create subordinate. Today's date. Say group 1. And then now we can see the group 1 is a subordinate organization. Let's create another one. Group 2. And now you can see that I have 2 subordinates under CF Training Group April 2020. Now, if I need to assign members to this, I can go to organizations. Yep. So let's say, let's go to Swapna. And I need to assign this organization to her. So I can go to her actions, go to the organization tab. No, not the matrix organization. Let me retry again. Actions. Change organization assignment. (420). And all her existing organization assignments would show up here in the organizations. So it takes a little while because there are so many custom organizations set up here. Because I think we can look into this in the next session because it's taking a while to load. But you use a change organization assignment task on the worker to assign organizations. As it is already created, you can go ahead and test it out in your free time whenever you're doing your practice.